Good day everybody and welcome to the City and Guilds webinar. My name is Dominic Green and I'm the Technical Advisor for Business. I want to take the opportunity to update you all on the changes for the Level 2 Customer Service Practitioner Standard Endpoint Assessment. This includes the changes to the assessment method for the Showcase portfolio, some changes to the existing paperwork, and also to let you know what has not changed. The present methods of assessment for the Level 2 Customer Service Practitioner Standards are as follows. A Showcase portfolio. A portfolio of evidence of work should be compiled during the apprenticeship, which demonstrates the required knowledge, skills and behaviours. The apprentice must select appropriate evidence from their portfolio to demonstrate the minimum requirements of the standard, presented as a Showcase portfolio, which provides evidence showing professional competence at the level. This should be a collection of the apprentice's best work. Practical observation. The apprentice is observed for a minimum of 60 minutes carrying out their normal duties. They should be observed on a day and time of day that will give them the best opportunity to demonstrate the required knowledge, skills and behaviours. A professional discussion. This assessment is a maximum of 60 minutes and should be conducted in an appropriate place where the apprentice and IEPA will not be disturbed. The changes that we plan to implement are for the Showcase portfolio, which will now be supported by an interview. So let's now look at the changes in more detail, why the change has been implemented and what this means for you as the training provider or employer and your apprentices. The Showcase will be submitted to City and Guilds 2 weeks prior to the EPA dates / interview as either a written report or as a recorded audio presentation. Let's look at why these changes have been introduced. The two suggested formats have been put forward as we feel an apprentice is likely to find the writing of a report or the making of a presentation is more beneficial and appealing to them. They may also find they are more likely in their daily work to write reports or make a presentation than they are producing a portfolio. It allows them to communicate their examples across and explain why they did something or what they meant. The interview has been introduced to allow any gaps in the Showcase to be addressed and for the apprentice to add depth and enrich the evidence presented in their Showcase. It also means that there will be more focus on the mandatory criteria for the professional discussion, giving the apprentice more time to demonstrate the knowledge and behaviours required within this assessment. Let's now look at these two methods in which the Showcase can be presented in more detail. This Showcase will be presented as either a written report of between 3,000 to 4,500 words, not including appendices, or as a recorded audio presentation of between 30 to 45 minutes with bullet points and notes or presentation slides including appendices. The apprentice will be interviewed by the IEPA and answer questions based on the evidence submitted. This is an opportunity for the IEPA to delve deeper into the apprentice's learning and experience. The Showcase needs to be submitted to the City and Guilds 2 weeks prior to the interview, which will take place on the same day as the practical observation and professional discussion unless there are any special requirements. The interview is mandatory and will take place after the observation and prior to the professional discussion. You must ensure that a suitably controlled environment throughout the duration of the assessment activity, for example a quiet room free from distraction and influence, is provided for the interview and the professional discussion. The Showcase interview will last a maximum of 30 minutes and the professional discussion will last a maximum of 60 minutes. The modules and criteria for the Showcase portfolio have been broken down into 3 topics to make it clearer for the apprentice. These topics are taken from the assessment plan, within the criteria placed into one of the 3 topic areas. The 3 topics are knowledge of your organisation, day-to-day customer service activities, your self-assessment and personal development. This is the way we have broken down the first topic, knowledge of your organisation, and the past criteria that the evidence presented should meet. Here the focus should be on understand the organisation, meeting regulations and legislation, and systems and resources, This is the way we've broken down the second topic, day-to-day customer service activities. Again, the focus is on product and service knowledge, influencing skills, dealing with customer conflict and challenge. As you can see, some areas of the standard is relevant to more than one topic area. Where this is the case, we've listed the criteria under both applicable topics. This is the way we've broken down the third topic, your self-assessment and personal development. This focuses on product and service knowledge, developing self, being open to feedback, team working. So let's recap on what's not changed. There is no change to the practical observation. It will still be pre-planned and scheduled to take place when the apprentice must be in their normal place of work. It will be carried out by the independent endpoint assessor, IEPA. You still need to ensure the apprentice has photographic ID and is observed at a time of day when they will have opportunity to meet and interact with a range of customers, and also is able to be observed carrying out tasks that meet the criteria in the assessment plan. It remains a minimum of 1 hour to a maximum of 1.5 hours. The apprentice must be observed on a suitable time of day that will give them the best possible opportunity to meet the following areas of the standard as a minimum: presentation, equality, interpersonal skills and communication. Right first time will also be observed as much as possible. The professional discussion has not changed and will be a minimum of 45 minutes to a maximum of 60 minutes. You must ensure an appropriate place has been arranged to ensure the assessment takes place in surroundings which are free from distractions and interruptions. That the professional discussion must be private and not be disturbed. As the interview has been introduced to allow any gaps in the showcase to be addressed, this also means that there will be more focus on the mandatory criteria within the professional discussion, giving the apprentice more time to demonstrate those knowledge and behaviours required within this component of the endpoint assessment. What else do you need to know? This will be introduced from the November 1st, 2019, and the revised customer endpoint assessment pack is available now. If you have apprentices already registered for their EPA, they can complete either method of the assessment, i.e. the showcase with interview or the old method of a showcase portfolio. No matter which method is chosen, the evidence must be submitted 2 weeks before the planned assessment date. What else do we need to know? There will be new assessment packs available, as well as new recording documents and new exemplars. The showcase evidence recording form. There's been a slight amendment to correspond directly with the past and distinction criteria. Apprentice showcase template for the report. This is new and is for the apprentices who wish to submit a report and supports them to refer to any appendices. The apprentice may choose to use their own example, however, the required content must be covered. Apprentice showcase template presentation. This is new and is to support the submission of the presentation for the showcase. There will also be an example template to support the submission of the presentation for the apprentice showcase. The apprentice may choose to use their own example, again, however, the required content must still be covered. So what's the supporting evidence which is required? Supporting evidence should include the following and other relevant evidence they may wish to add. Examples of work-based evidence covering relevant documents or screenshots relating to their customer service role, observations, customer feedback, all of which would demonstrate communication and influencing skills in customer service, handling of customers in a variety of situations, resolving customer conflicts and or challenging situations with the associated records, meeting deadlines including prioritising, and planning and completing of tasks, working with others including sharing personal learning and information, reports or witness testimonies from sources such as mentors, managers or customers, self-assessment with possible feedback from others, personal development plan to support the achievement of agreed learning and development of goals with evidence of authentication. We hope you found this webinar useful and informative. We'd very much like to hear from you with any questions you may have about the new Showcase assessment method, or indeed any other area of the endpoint assessment for this standard. Please submit your questions to me at dominic.green@cityandguilds.com by the 11th of October 2019. We shall be supplementing this webinar with a live webinar on the 16th of October 2019, where we will hope to address your questions and give you the opportunity to speak to the lead independent endpoint assessor for Customer Service Practitioner Standard. Both webinars will be available for you to watch and share with your staff. We shall also be formulating some centre frequently asked questions that will also be made available to you. Thank you for taking the time to watch this webinar, and I look forward to hearing from you and working with you all in the near future.